Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, The Gaming Timmy, and welcome back to Skyfactory 5. In today's episode, we should be getting into making some Supremium armor and hopefully getting into neural networks. Let's hop right into it. So where we left off yesterday, we got this backpack and started filling it with some Inferium. I started combining that and making it into Supremium for today's episode. And the first thing that we're going to be doing is making some Supremium armor. So after we get the Supremium armor, we're going to get into Awaken Supremium eventually. But what we're going to start off by is getting this Supremium armor, which we're going to need a lot of these ingots. And we're going to need some diamond armor. So we already have the diamond armor. And all we're going to have to do is basically use this Inferium and our Supremium and make it through all the tiers until we eventually get to our Supremium. So I'm going to do that really quick. It's kind of a boring process. All you do is turn this into ingots and these gemstones, which all it takes is prosperity gems and prosperity ingots, which is literally going to be iron and a diamond surrounded by prosperity shards. In addition to that armor, we're also going to upgrade my sword and pickaxe to Supremium. Now we have the stuff to upgrade all of our armor into that Supremium armor. So let's do that really quick. So we're going to upgrade it into the Inferium pickaxe. We're going to upgrade it into the next level and just all the way up until we have Supremium. So I'm going to do this with every single one of our armor and our sword. And just like that, guys, we have our pickaxe, our sword, and all of our armor upgraded to Supremium. So let's put it on and see what it looks like. So there we go. We've got all of our armor and our sword upgraded to Supremium. So we can put some different upgrades on this as it shows down here. But we're going to do that in a later episode. We can also upgrade our watering can, it looks like. But we'll do that a little later. But right now, let's start getting into killing a wither. So killing a wither is going to be pretty simple for us. We're going to make a little cage for it. I made some of this glass just a little bit ago. It's called tempered dark glass. It's actually really easy to use obsidian and black stained glass, which is pretty simple for us to do. And it's immune to light explosions and wither blasts. So we can basically spawn a wither inside of it and it won't be able to escape or do anything like that. But since we're doing that, we're going to use one of these model frames and we're actually going to make it a wither model frame by right clicking on it. And then we are basically just going to put it in our deep learner and use neural networks to basically simulate it and get more loot from it. Which we're going to simulate it using the simulation chamber. As you can see, we're just going to throw it in here and throw it with a prediction matrix, which is pretty simple for us to make. We can make a bunch of those. And then we're basically going to get different things from it. So we should be getting some kind of simulation prediction from it, and once we get this prediction, we can actually throw it in the loot fabricator and end up getting the resources that we want from it. So we can actually end up getting nether shards from this wither. So I'm going to start making that cage and start getting all of that set up, and I'll be right back. So before we get started making all of that wither stuff, I'm actually going to make a model frame of one of these wither skeletons and start killing them and start simulating them so that we can get infinite wither skulls. So I'm going to get those infinite wither skulls and put them in a loot fabricator and get all of that done and start simulating that. And then I'll start building our chamber. Alright, so I got this skeleton data model up to the advanced. So now we're going to throw it in our simulation chamber with some of these prediction matrix. I went ahead and made a few of them off camera. They're pretty simple to make, and then all we have to do is give this power. So as you can see, now that it has power, it's going to start running this simulation. And the thing that we're going to be looking for with this is we want to be getting these wither skeleton predictions. So the reason why we want those is because we can turn them straight up into wither skeleton skulls. So we want to basically use this and get as many as we possibly can. and then just keep turning them into skulls. And then once we defeat a wither, we can basically just do the same thing with the wither. Alright, so I've made this little glass box that hopefully we can spawn a wither the same as we do in vanilla. So let's try to spawn a wither. And once we start killing it, I'll use one of those prediction matrix, a model framework on it, so that we can basically just get infinite prediction matrices out of it. So let's go ahead and spawn the wither. It does work the same as it does in vanilla. And then we'll click him with the prediction matrix, or the model framework, and then we'll kill him. So how the loot fabricator works is you're basically going to give it power, just like you did the simulation chamber. And you're going to throw these in here, and now you can select which one you want. So let's say we want a wither skeleton skull. We click it, and then it'll basically just spawn it for us. So that's how that one works. So we're actually going to take that out of there so we can use these matrices on the wither, so whenever we get it. So let's kill a wither real quick. Alright guys, and after that whole continuous process, I had to kill a few withers to get them in there. And I forgot to have the data model in my matrix, or in my deep learner, so it didn't work. But we finally have a data model that we can actually use. So now we can go into the simulation chamber, and we can put some prediction matrices in here, and we can actually end up getting what we want. And now we can infinitely get nether stars. That's all the time I have for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below.